It's been a while. Haven't been making videos, but I've been working and making stuff better and better content. I said this before. Let's get to it. Just want to talk to you guys about what I'm thinking is happening with TU10 and my feelings, and just getting optimistic because the way things are going right now in the world, we need a little bit of encouragement, and we're going to need a little bit of something that can help us escape from reality. So with that, let's take this into consideration. The Division is a game that is always ever changing. We can expect from TU10, maybe cliche, but we can expect fun. The biggest thing to look forward to is Skyscraper. Not a lot of information is out, and if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the first real replayable content outside of the tragedy that's Kenley College. Just imagine doing time trials in Skyscraper. How fast can you clear the floors? What builds did you use? Did the floors have different elements on them? Or they're all elites? Do the enemies in the rooms do all status effects? What if they give you 6 rogue agents? The floors will offer a surprise and be something new every time. Imagine the agents running into the building only to end up running outside because they now need a hazard protection build. Report that to your clan like, hey, the 34th floor is trouble. Coordinate with your team in advance, beat it, and move on to the next. Or you may need a whole new build. It may teach you that you may need a whole nother play style. So having the ability to leave the building only reiterates that type of narrative where it's like they want us to be more diverse with our builds. The Skyscraper can change the way people farm, and once you start farming and seeing new things, you're going to start seeing new videos about how to clear those rooms for content creators and open up a new way of play styles and everything. With that, you're going to get glitches. There are going to be some bad ones, there are going to be some fun ones, but we're going to have some glitches. And there's going to be some issues with Skyscraper and the whole thing with Division rolling out. Why is that? That's just how Division is. It's your favorite plate. The favorite plate that's shattered, but you glued it back together and you can still eat off of it. It's a broken, beautiful mess. And we love it. The weapon balance is going to be bananas. It's going to be nuts. And it's our job as agents to break it. We have all the power. Let's unlock it with the builds and work in talents and ways the creators didn't think of. It's going to be frustrating for the DZ though, I can guarantee that. I know they're going to be working on it, but they're going to be, I hate to say this term, but there's going to be a meta. The metas are going to come out and they're going to take over the DZ and fix it, and then we're going to be mad at that meta, and then they're going to have meta killers and we're going to break that, and then the DZ is going to be kind of balanced, and then the developers are going to look at it and say, oh, we figured this out, and they're going to balance it based off the stuff we did. So nothing's wrong with that, but that's just how the game works. Once they come through it and make it a little bit better, you can expect new weapons, of course. That means there's going to be some sleeper weapons, some weapons that are outside of your normal M1A and Eagle Bearer. Those weapons come with some new talents and new gear as well, like the Sig Sawyer 556 that has high damage for an AR. I haven't used it myself, but it could be deadly with a perfect glass cannon build. Or you use a talent like Future Perfect, which gives you a skill tier per weapon kill. You can stack up to 3 times. Weapon kills at the tier 6 and grants an overcharge for 15 seconds. If that's not a hybrid build waiting to be built, waiting to be made, I don't know what is. That's going to be a crazy hybrid build. Expect this to break things though, for sure. I know I'm planning on a build right now, working towards it. And one thing I'm looking forward to using is Perfect Headhunter. What if you combine that with a Carbon 7? My current build is using the Carbon 7 with the Bighorn. Perfect Headhunter gives you 150% weapon damage based on the headshot you get. So yeah, expect old forgotten builds to come back with like fresh weapons. Don't forget about that build you made back in Warlords when I first started and you never deleted. Refresh it. Refresh that build and bring it back to life. Make it new. I think think that what we need to do this time around with the division is not be upset with the glitches and the issues, but be more constructive on how to fix them. It's up to us to fix these things. When a raid is messed up, when a raid is broken, let's just keep doing it. Let's see content creators not be so negative when they get frustrated, when they can't get through something and say the game is trash or condemn the game because you can't beat it. I was struggling with heroic for a while, but I realized I need to change my play style, and that means I need to tweak my build as well. So now I do heroics, 3 different builds. The Division 2, how it stands with me, it's in a lot better place than some other people would like to lead you on to believe. There were some disconnect between the community and the development team at some point in time, but you gotta realize that disconnect wasn't really disconnect, it was just frustration on both sides. When you have developers making a game like this, there's no other game like this. No other game. You don't have a blueprint. There's nothing to follow. So everything that happens with us and them, and we work together to fix it. Destiny is not the Division. It is not like the Division, nowhere near. There are certain things about it that are similar, but the Division is its own. There's nothing else like it for them to fall back on to attempt to tweak or better. The reason why I say this is there's so much backlash on some people who don't even know how to make the game a new game themselves, and we're all working together to create it. These same people flew people out to test the game, to fix it based off of our concerns. These same people shut the game down to put in stuff that we were asking for. These same people heard our complaints and did everything that we needed to do, that they could do. Sometimes some things weren't done exactly, like the dark zone or things like that, but you have to realize, like, what other company is really listening to the community like they're listening to us? We make this game. They don't make the game. We make the game, and they do what our ideas, and sometimes they jumble them up. So the relationship between Division and myself has grown between Division 1 and now. I'm more optimistic about Division 2 in the future and Division 3 down the line, because the developers have taken everything that we said from Division 1 and made it better in Division 2. Yes, we do have complaints, but a lot of the time it's just people being spoiled brats, whiny, complaining, entitled. The game is hard. I don't like to sound blunt, but get better. You got to get better or play on your level. If you're struggling on challenging, then you don't need to be on challenging. If you don't know how talents work, then maybe you don't need to play this game. It may be something else that's a little different, because talents are something else. So with TU10, it's going to be more of it. It's going to be more talents, more confusion, more broken tactics, more things. Don't be upset about it. Embrace it and let's fix it together. So this is 8 minutes plus. I did add some to this because it was over at first, but I wanted to talk more about it because it's just a negative connotation going around that there is some type of disconnect between us and the developers themselves. There's some type of angst against them. We're all in this together with the world, and the Division happens to be part of it, and we're all in that too. I'm not comparing the two together, but I'm just saying these guys are making this game the best they can for us based off our suggestions. PTS people who came out there. We can't base it off of old Division 1 players and Division 2 streamers. We're the streamers. They made the games based off of us, and there's a lot of people who were streaming and make content who aren't good at the game, who aren't as good at the game, or who don't have the best stuff. They're just making videos like anyone else. So, be positive, guys. Stop with this negative rhetoric about how we're not on the same page. When we talk to the developers all the time on Twitter, they give us the talents we want. We're getting updates. We're getting weekly state of the games. What more do we need besides to play and be positive? We've done all the other stuff. Let's do something different this time. Follow me. Vicious Inc. Gaming. I'm out.